Okay, good. It takes me a minute because I have some problems with my stream. Half the time, it doesn't always show up. The video doesn't always show, or the audio doesn't always work. But we are here now. We are back in Celondim, where we left off, with Garrelad, the elf lore master, the brooding elf lore master. He has a new hat. He also has his bag set up properly. I've opened all of my sort of bonuses, my rewards, and things of that nature. Um, I was gonna wait till I got to a bank, but I figured, eh, you know, I could use some of this, maybe the speed boost. I have thrown on some cosmetic outfits, which I don't think I'm gonna wear. I did it just in case. But I've got this deal here. Pretty not great. And then I got, of course, the Rohan get up, which we will never ever wear because it doesn't make sense to wear this, right? It may eventually, but right now, why would an elf of Rivendell hanging out here in Eriluin be wearing this outfit? It makes no sense. It's not reasonable, so we're not going to do it. I should probably turn it off. There we go. Besides, we worked hard for this hat, and we're going to make it count. Okie doke. So we're gonna continue where we left off, which should be hopefully.
You may be of service to me.
As I said, I am sorry to intrude upon your reflection, but perhaps you can speak with Cardivar in Celondim proper. He seems quite worried about something, and from what I know of the tales of your bravery, you may be able to help him. You may find him by the piers, not far from here. There's pretty much all C's in Elvish. If a word starts with a C, it is pronounced with a hard k sound. It's difficult for me to get used to, but it is the appropriate way to speak, as I understand it. And as I mentioned in other streams, I have not been to this area very much, so I'm gonna have to soak it in a little bit. That looks really good. Come on. Alright, this is now our return home point. If we click this right here, it'll bring us back here. Standard fare for this sort of video game. Is this where I'm going? Megavonin, I will engage in trade if that is what you wish, but I will not accept coin. Such things are not the way of the elven folk, and I will hold to our traditions.
Sweet lad Melon, will you stay a moment?
Our time is closing in this land. Soon we will be but legend and memory to the mortals who will remain upon these shores. While we are still here, however, we must do what we can to ensure that these lands remain safe and beautiful. The preservation of the land is why I have come to the port of Celondim. My brethren and I have been looking into recent events in a glade to the north. I am here to enlist any willing to go there and assist us in discovering the source of an infestation of sickle flies among the trees to the west and southwest of the port. If you are willing, remove the threat of the sickle flies from the trees and report to Overlust in Nen Hilith to the southwest. Alright, I think I can do that. Kill 10 rats, basically. So I'm getting the impression, I know that Celondim is on the river. Here's the major map, by the way. So we're here. This is how they sail to the west, to the Grey Havens. Or to the Undying Lands. This is a port city. I know it is responsible for providing lumber to the docks. So it makes sense that this would be sort of a last stop for a lot of these elves. So it doesn't surprise me if we run into more than one who are discussing their impending departure from this continent. We are Cordivore.
A shadow is on my spirit.
Hello there. We have not had time to get acquainted. My name is Cardivore, and you are?
Will you lend me your ear?
I have heard that you are well traveled. Perhaps you have seen my son, Avorthal, on your journeys? I received a message from him saying he was coming from Dulian to visit. But he has not yet arrived. That is most unlike him. In his journeys here, he oft speaks with the travelers along the road and visits the Vale of Ninhilith with a friend of his, a dwarf named Athal. Athal watches the road and helps the few dwarf travelers who come to Celondim. Perhaps Avorthal is speaking to him now and has simply forgotten the time. Would you seek him? Head across the woods southwest of Celondim to the Vale of Ninhilith. There is a small camp of elves there. If you do not find Avorthal there, perhaps you will find Athal. If so, speak to Athal and see what news he may have of Avorthal. I'm not going to forget those names anytime soon. God forbid you use a pronoun every now and then. I find it surprising that a dwarf would willingly be an employee of elves, especially woodworking of some kind, or working in an environment such as this. Alright. I realize I'm boring everyone.
Megavanen.
That's the fast travel station, by the way.
Megavanen.
Sweet Melan. Will
This
you
is-
stay a moment?
This is a beautiful land, is it not? I wandered it often in my youth, but places that were once fair have long since fallen into decay. Some of the older ruins have even become habitations for foul creatures that gnaw at the edges of our lands. My brothers and I have set ourselves the task of cleansing a few of these places before we leave. To this end, I have in my possession a token given to me by Elron Half-Elven long ago. It is imbued with a light that creatures of evil find painful to bear. The ruins of Famgalair, west of Celondim, have become infested with foul creatures. If you could slay any you find within, and then place this token there, its light should keep them from shining back in the night, or from slinking back in the night. Anything else in my immediate vicinity? Does not appear to be so. Ah. Ooh, crafting. Ooh. I really don't think I'm ready to touch that quite yet. He says as he walks towards the crafting area. Clever name. Right. Oh. We need beast. Oh, good. There's a deed system, which is basically there's little tasks you complete. Maybe kill a certain amount of creatures in a zone, or in this case, summon a companion 200 times, and I get turbine points. Just little extra grindy things to keep things interesting, if you want to say that. You will die by lightning. No. And be wounded by lightning. This really is a beautiful place. I mean, I would put this up against any other zone in the game, really. Okay. So this is the right way, apparently. And you have exploration deeds. So I have to find these 5 areas within this zone. These are rewards. These are a type of currency. There are a billion types of currency in this game. This is one. Reputation, of course, and a virtue. These are stat boosts of various sorts. They can be sort of mixed and matched. Here. Ooh, actually I have an open slot for one. But I don't have any earned. So I can basically earn them. They do different things. And eventually I will have 5 of them equipped. Actually. And then I have racial ones too. These are specific to the elf race. These are less impressive generally. 5% damage swords. Little things. Ooh. Alright, so this is the elf and dwarf duo. Sort of a prelude to the Legolas and Gimli relationship, I suppose.
What do you need?
Megavonin, Lenin had you fighting back the sickleflies. Good. It has become necessary to drive them out of the forest, lest they kill the trees. Your aid will be welcome here, Geralad, for there is much to do. That staff looks badass. And quest deed. 10 quests to get my first virtue. Deceptively simple based on the image. That's false advertising. Over less.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Your arrival heralds a time of hope. We have yet to discern what caused the wolves to empty into this valley. Perhaps with your assistance, we will soon learn the reasons behind the invasion. The other 2 Glade Wardens here, Glavrolnin and Helhafel, will explain the tasks that I set before them. See to their requests and earn their favor, and you shall have mine. I will also have an improved hat, which is not an improvement appearance-wise. Let's check. This is the armor preview mirror, or window, and that hat looks absurd. I will say the face is a little more tolerable when there's a hat on. I'm not quite sure why that is.
Will you lend me your ear?
Well met, friend.
Nay, I am still here waiting for Abathal. He requested I meet him here at the Vale of Nanhilleth, and has yet to arrive. I meant to enter the Vale myself, but the elves bade me not enter, and being that Aberthal is not here to speak for me, I dare not risk angering them. I am sorry that I cannot be more help to you or Lord Cardivore. Okay, so
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
the guy's clearly not here. He does not like Aberthal to be late, at least not without sending word, nor to put aside his usual habits. Still, he has spent much time in contemplation in recent days. When Aberthal desires solitude for quiet thought, he spends much time beneath the white trees in this vale. Perhaps he is amongst them now, unbeknownst to anyone. Would you go there and find him? I would, of course, but I shall not defy the will of the elves. Make your way into the Vale of Nanhilleth, and search for any signs of Aberthal. I pray you find him hale and hearty, but if not, perhaps you will find some sign of him, even just his pack. $500 says it's the pack. They wouldn't have brought it up if it wasn't exactly what we were going to find.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Our efforts are here are to recover the land from this new threat, that is clear. We are also here at the behest of our kinsmen. In Celondim, there is a vintner who wants only to make a final offering to store enough wine to survive our journey to the west. I have offered to recover enough wood to build such a cask. You will need to search the wood in this vale for wood that has not been spoiled by the sickleflies or the wolves. Return to me when you have collected enough sturdy pieces of wood, and I will grant you my favor. Very noble cause, by the way, building the wine cask. If I ran out of wine on my trip to the Undying Lands, I would be very unhappy.
Will you lend me your ear?
Megavon and Lore Master, I overheard your discussion with Overlass, and hope that you are willing to assist us. This vale was once a place of inspiring beauty where we could come and commune with nature. It has fallen far from those days since the incursion of these wolves. It is unclear where the wolves came from or why they choose to dwell in this valley, but it is clear that they must be removed to ensure that nature can return to its balance. Enter the valley and destroy the wolves to ensure the future of the valley. Return to me when you have completed this task, and you will have earned my favor. Okay. Right. So we're killing wolves, we are finding wood, we are looking for the pack of Avorthal. Uh-oh. Looking closely at this crude collar, you can see that this is not the handiwork of elves or dwarves. Perhaps Overlast will be able to discern some measure of insight from the collar. You should deliver it to him at the elf camp on the northern edge of Nanhilleth. Well, at least I found it early. Short walk.
How can I be of service?
I know this handiwork. It is the handiwork of goblins. We must inform the others in Celondim. If the goblins have grown this aggressive, then we must do what we can to drive them back from our homes. Oh.
Mind my words, traveler.
We cannot let another moment pass without informing others of the arrival of the goblins. Perhaps Lord Dorangur's protection is weakening as we make our way to the shores to depart, or perhaps the enemy grows stronger faster than we expect. Regardless, Geralad, we must send word back to Celondim and my superior there. Quickly, return to Leonin, the Glade Watcher at Celondim, and tell him what you have found. You will find Leonin at the docks in Celondim, northeast of this vale. I really like this theme of this area, that these elves are all preparing to depart. It's kind of that's a somewhat tragic way for an elf player to start his quest, because it sort of gives you the impression that I could, if I chose, leave with them and bypass all of this disaster that's about to unfold. but for whatever reason, I choose not to. By the way, we are still working on the tropical fruit vodka. It's left over from a party. But we are drinking Diet Coke instead of Coke Zero, which is a vast improvement in my opinion. Good work, Beast. Excellent. Alright, so now as we level up, we're going to have to start checking our trait tree. Because I think we get a point every other level. Oh, that's good. That's also good. These are all good. I'm actually going to do this one because I hate skill inductions. Excellent. We've lost Beast. I actually want to move Beast. I don't feel like it's necessary to have him as a on my immediate action bar. By the way, if anyone ever does watch this and wants to know the specifics of my UI and how I have it worked out, because I have worked very hard to get it exactly where I want it, I'll be happy to explain that to anyone. Okay. Are we done with wolves? Yes. And we have an elf satchel. Excellent. Okie dokie. Looks like that's the lot.
Megovanen.
Yes, this wood will certainly do. This should please the Cooper and Vintner both. The white ships will certainly now be supplied with the finest wine from Ered Luin.
Megavonen.
Nature calls once again from the Vale. I can feel it course through my being. We cannot rest on this virtue, but you have brought hope where there was sorrow, Geralad. You have earned my favor.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Jeez. The Cooper in Celondim, Brigadour, needs the wood to craft his casks. I would ask that you seek him out at the highest levels of Celondim on the tiers of the crafters northeast of this location. Deliver the wood to him, and he may build a proper cask. I'm gonna have to come all the way back to you.
What do you need?
You have done well here, Geralad. We will keep vigil here at Nenhilith. I think now you are needed elsewhere. We shall not soon forget all that you have done for us here in Celondim. Well, I'm going to be forgetting my beautiful hat, unfortunately. Because now I'm wearing this ridiculous sock. By the way, I'm aware that I could equip that cosmetically. Actually, let's put the cosmetic hat on that outfit. I'm not going to wear it, but we might eventually.
I am at your service.
This is Aborthal's pack. I am certain. I fear that something untoward has befallen my friend. Please take this to Cardivore and tell him that I will do whatever I can to help find my friend, his son. That's very tragic. It's just hard to look at this and imagine someone like Elrond or even Legolas wearing something so ridiculous. It sort of takes away from, and I know the idea is to work your way up, but I definitely do not feel very badass right now.
May Gavanin.
More wood? Excellent. I have been kept busy enough to think I may soon need assistance. You have my thanks for this delivery, Geralad. This wood will serve nicely as a cask for fine elven wine.
You may be of service to me.
Lore Master, if you would take a moment, I have a request of you. A dear friend of mine, Brethilwyn, spends her days tending the grapes at Limiel's vineyard to the north and west. She sent word to me not long ago that she required a cask for a special wine she wanted to present upon the white ships. I have crafted a cask for her, but need someone to take it to her, since the preparations for our departure kept me very busy. Would you take the cask to her? You will find her to the north and west at Lamiel's vineyard. I realize that I'm mispronouncing a lot of these words because I'm just sort of running through it. But, you know, it doesn't particularly bother me, and hopefully it doesn't bother anyone else too dramatically. Hold on. Did I miss? Or is that just the crafting girl? Yeah.
My heart cannot sing today.
This is Aberthal's satchel. I am certain of it. Do you see this pattern on the side? Aberthal stitched that himself long ago. You don't have to prove to me that it's his satchel, buddy. I didn't have any other, like, contentions about what it might be. You bring me fell tidings, Geralad. You are sure there were no other signs of Aberthal? Some sign that my son might have been hiding nearby, safe from wolves or other dangers, but too far away to reclaim his satchel? Nay, that is a weak hope, and I must not trust to it. Some foe has brought down my son, my Aberthal. This is the only answer.
Will you hear my sorrows?
I don't feel like that you've applied Occam's razor to this situation if you think that's the only answer. The goblins have slain my son, Geralad, and for that we will sweep them from Eriluin. No goblin will take as much as 3 steps into these lands before we are there to greet him with sword blade or arrowhead. Go forth and slay goblins wherever you find them, and cry aloud the name of Aberthal. I would have the foul creatures know whose doom has come upon them. While you were gone, word came to me that Lamiel's vineyard has been defiled by goblins, led by a vile creature called Pamproche. Pamproche? Seek out Pamproche and his minions and slay them in the name of Aberthal. Lamiel's vineyard lies northwest of Celondim. So you're just moving right on, man. You're processing your grief at record speeds, apparently.
Greetings to you.
This discovery is worrisome. I will see that this information is passed along to Lord Dorangur at Duliand. Duiland? We never would have learned of this if not for you, Geralad. We are in your debt. That's right. You are in my debt. Well, does it make sense to say we are in your debt and then immediately pay me? Or is that just letting me know you're about to pay me? Because now, I suppose you're no longer indebted to me.
Greetings, friend. How may I be of help?
Since I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be doing craft-wise, I'm going to go ahead and save all of my hides. Just in case I decide to do something that involves hides, which I really doubt. Oh, by the way, I now have a horse. Totally forgot to bring that up earlier. I have 3. And the only one that I'm going to use is going to be this one. At least for now. I think it sort of fits better. This was for, I believe, an anniversary event, but I could be very wrong about that. Starting to feel a little more badass every second. I really have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going.
Greetings to you.
I only wish that this thoughtful gift from Bragadur did not arrive during such dire times. With the situation at the vineyard, I fear that the cask may go empty for our journey. Well, that is unacceptable.
You may be of service to me.
By this time of year, most of the grapes have been picked and the wine already bottled. This was a very generous season, however, and many of the vines are still laden with grapes. I would welcome your assistance. Wine-making is not easy work, but performing this task will certainly add to your appreciation of the wine you drink. Harder still when nasty goblins find their way into the fields and drive you off. I think, though, that you might be sturdy enough to aid me. If you would, gather the grapes from the vines, still hale and hearty enough, and I will see that this cask is filled with the finest this vale has to offer. The vineyard is below us, and further to the west along the stone path. Be careful of the goblins. They are particularly nasty.
May Govanen, might you spare a moment of your time?
My friend, I wonder if I can ask you to undertake a task for me. It is bad enough that the goblins despoil Lemuel's vineyard, but recently a party of wretched creatures broke into an old wine cellar and stole a number of flasks of a rare and ancient vintage. Oh dear me. No doubt the evil creatures may have already drunk or destroyed most of the wine, but if you can recover any of the bottles from the goblins in the area, I would be deeply in your debt. You can find the goblins throughout Lemuel's vineyard. I would not venture beyond into the Rath Terag, however, as the goblins there are rather more dangerous. Well, then that's where we're going. Because we're that good. That's not what we're doing, actually. Do I want to eat any of this? I'm gonna have to be more careful. That took a little bit out of me. Goblin Slayer, of course. I need a hotkey for this. That bear is a beast. Well, goes without saying. I feel like if this is supposed to be such a bountiful harvest, that it shouldn't be this necessary for me to grab these last few bits of grapes so she can have enough wine for the trip. It just seems like poor planning to me. Oh, okay. Let's do it. Any good gear? Nothing? Oh shoot. Bear. I leveled up so he got unsummoned. So we have to beat the boss. I guess is up here somewhere. Why am I in combat? Okay. Alright. Now we have problems. There he is. He's not even a signature or a boss style character. Looks like that's the lot. I wonder if I can move these skills. I can. Okay. Because I want this somewhere else. Oh. What? Yeah. That is better. Okay, and that just copies it. It doesn't actually change. That's convenient, actually. It's much better. want to do it while moving? I sure can. That is awesome.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Ah, very good. You have done all that I could ask. Thank you for your efforts. Those wicked creatures will learn better than to raid my wine cellars in the future.
Swilad Melon.
Very good, Geralad. Years from now, your efforts today will bring great joy to many. Hard work brings satisfaction, not just in winemaking, but in all things.
You may
Thanks,
be of
Mom.
service to me.
Okay, good. We have our first virtue. All filled and ready for delivery. I would like to thank you for your assistance, Geralad, as I would not have been able to see this last bit of harvest along without you. This cask is meant for another, however. I should like to see it sent along to my friend Bregadur. It was he who sent it to me, after all. Why should he not have the finest wine of the valley? If you would, take this back to him at Celondim. Follow the path to the east and turn towards the south across the bridge. You will find him at the crafter's market. Yes, I know. I came from there. Got all kinds of goodies here. I really need to get my crafting profession chosen. Awesome. I'll tell you, the waterfalls in this game do not hold up. But waterfalls seem to be a complex thing to render anyway in different games. Wow. Ah, the homesteads. Okay, so this is the elf homesteads. If you have an elf character, or just any character can really, any race can live in any homestead. And all characters share the same home on each server, I think. So I already have a home. It's my hobbit house, because of course I'm going to do a hobbit house. But that is very beautiful.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Thank you, Geralad, and thank my friend Brithilwyn for knowing my intentions. I understand that Breathelwyn was beset by goblins, and that you fought many off to obtain this spirit. Know that it was for a worthy cause.
Sweet-eyed Melon, will you stay a moment?
Before you leave, Geralad, I have one more boon to ask of you. I promised a bottle of last year's vintage to a friend at Duilion, to the north. What was it, Duilion? Duiland, I suppose? And my labors kept me too busy to fulfill that pledge. I hope this does not inconvenience her. Could you deliver this bottle to Dollingil for me? The refuge lies on the road that follows the river, north, beyond Lemiel's vineyard. If you reach the dwarf port of Celondim, you have traveled too far north. Perhaps you should make use of the horse from here to Duilion. Well, I have my own, but thank you. And we must speak with...
Hail, friend, and well met.
Quite an interesting set of skills. I still have mail. Alright, let's check my mail. I heard you were back in the area and have written a letter of commendation for you. Others you helped have pitched in what they could and placed it all in a nice gift box. Be sure to collect and read the letter from the gift box, then seek out Leonin in Celondim or Bogey Deep Delver outside Thorn's Hall, Lord Dwalin of the Longbeards. Alright, oh, nice. I'm not worried about that. Oh, jeez. I really need to get my hands on a bank or something, because this is getting out of hand. I'm running out of space very quickly. Okay. Be it known that I, Dwalin, Lord of the Longbeards, of the Blue Mountains, and Steward of Thorn's Hall, write this on behalf of Geralad. I fought alongside Geralad to stop a dangerous and unearthly ritual from taking place. Well, you failed miserably. What? You didn't succeed. Apparently, Dwalin remembers well the travels you and he had together. No, he remembers them very poorly, actually.
A shadow is on my spirit.
Pardon. What is this? Pamprausch said that my son still lives? Avothar was not slain? My heart wants to believe, but believe the words of a goblin? Still, I cannot fathom why he would tell you this if it were not so. But if Avothar is alive, then his capture does not bode well. I fear he will not live long while imprisoned by those outcast dwarves. They are no better than the goblins.
Will you lend me your ear?
You have done so much for me already, Geralad, but there is still much that must be done if my son is to be restored. We have not had dealings with the dwarves for a very long time, and those are not pleasant memories. You were at Ethelion, I believe. You remember Skorgrim's final attack on the old refuge, yes? Dwarves are scheming and self-serving, not to be trusted. We must gather our strength and lay siege to the dwarves of Eridluin and rescue Avothar from their clutches. But only Dorangur Whitethorn, the master of Duiland, has the authority to muster such a force. Bring him the news of my son, that he is alive, but a prisoner. We must strike at the dwarves before it is too late. Speak with Toran at the stable before you go. He will hasten you upon your journey. Apparently they really want me to take the stable, so I guess I'm going to do that.
Sweet lad Melon.
Your name is well known, Geralad. It is not often that a hero of your stature visits me. I will honor you as Lord Dwalin honors you. Please accept these as a token of welcome in these lands. Speak with me again and look upon my wares. You may find something here to your liking, and I will gladly barter for what you desire. Okay.
Greetings, friend. How may I be of help?
No. Sure, why not? All the power potion.
Megovanen, may I help you?
It seems like a roundabout way. Why not just let me choose one of those rewards from you? Why make it complicated? So it looks like I'm moving on to Dueland. Alright, well, let's just go look at the crafting. Let's just look at it. We're not gonna make any decisions. Hold on. We're just going to look at it.
Mind my words, traveler.
Sure, let's at least accept it. I don't feel like a horse would be going up these stairs, but I suppose a bear probably wouldn't either. Is this... yeah.
Hail, friend, and well met.
So that's it. Okay, so that doesn't actually give me the profession, it just gives me the introduction. Now let's see. I'm liking... You know, it's probably going to be Woodsman. Just because I'll be able to craft my own weapon later on. I have a... What do I have? I have a Armsman on my main. I don't know. I'll take a look. I'll research it. I'll come back. It is certainly not a pressing matter right now. Oh my.
Will you hear my sorrows?
Long have my brother and I dwelt upon these shores, and much have we seen in that time. Now the time has come for us to leave this place and sail into the west. My brother, however, does not see clearly and wishes to remain here. We have always dwelt together, and I could not consider a day in my life without his company and counsel. He is the cord which binds me to this middle earth. While he is of a mind to remain, I am forced to wait for him. If you would, go to Dueland and see if you can convince Brega to join me here at Celondim. It is time we begin our journey. The refuge is north along the road. Oof. That's awfully fatalistic. I mean, I'll do it, but... man. It's kind of hard to try to convince someone to make that kind of decision. Once you go to the Undying Lands, you can't come back. I mean, they're sort of the... Afterlife is not the right word to use of the Undying Lands. They share many qualities of an afterlife, but it's not a separate temporal location. It's
How
a
can I be
physical
of service?
location. Yeah, the Undying Lands are a physical location in Middle-earth, technically. Alright. So long, Celondim. I'm sure I'll see you again. Yeah, that is very beautiful. Ten-year-old game, folks. That's a 10-year-old bouncing horse riding animation right there. Alright, Dueland. This place is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Move down from the mountain, the refuge was. Does that mean this is a... This used to be... This is here as a replacer for Aphelion? Okay, I'm going to go get me a refill. Look at that face. Okay. What can we do about this situation? You're solemn. Oh, jeez. Okay, I will be back momentarily. Okay, I am back. Going to mess with the volume a little bit more. It's very deceiving, the differences between the stream and the actual experience of playing it volume-wise. I'm sure I'm making an elementary error, but... Alright. Dollengil.
Sweet-eyed Malon.
Splendid. I must admit that I wondered if perhaps Brigadier would come through on his promise. I should have known that he would not forget a friend. Ah, this vintage has the promise of aging nicely. Perhaps in some 30 years, it will have aged sufficiently. You have my thanks. I imagine when you live as long as an elf, which is potentially unending, you get to have, you could sort of just store a bottle of wine away and come back in a couple hundred years. And I wonder how it is at that point.
May I help you?
Look at all this stuff. Jeez. Not worried about that. And we have this. It's just slightly longer. Okay. You know what? Fine. And an earring.
How may I be of service to you?
Brigar.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending.
My brother wishes to leave Middle-earth, but I believe it is time for us to stand our ground against the shadow growing in the east. With your help, perhaps, Tauren will see reason. This Middle-earth which we love will soon face great peril, and we are bound to defend it. I cannot yet sail west.
Will you lend me your ear?
Hey, level 10. Oh, this is great. Okay, so we got skirmishes now. These are sort of miniature instances that I can do alone or in a group. I am now undefeated because I've reached level 10 without dying. And I'm going to get a sword that I cannot use. Okay. Tauren must know that while I remain behind, I will ever be with him. To do this, I will need your aid. So much of this land has been our shelter and teacher, and our memories are filled with moments of joy and laughter because of this land. I think perhaps my brother will appreciate this well enough to see me on my journey as he begins his own. In the ruins of Dol Ringwest, there lies a sword upon a stone cairn. Born once by a Dunedain we fought beside in defense of our homeland. I may be able to remind my brother of our duty to Middle-earth. My duties here will not allow me to leave, but I hope you will see the need I have to seal this rift between my brother and me. Will you help me? I will. That's pretty neat. Actually, this storyline is really cool. That they're going to. By the way, my screen is swaying because I drank that wine. So my character is now ever so slightly tipsy, quite merry. And I have more new mail because I'm level 10. And I have a skill. A 30-second daze? Are you serious? For an instant skill? Sure, why not?
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Ancient battles were fought at the ruins of Dol Ring West, and we had thought the evil purged. New goblins toil within the ruins and desecrate the memory of the place. I would ask that you do your best to clear the goblins from these ruins. It will ease my heart and perhaps aid my brother Toran and to leave in peace. You will find the goblins in residence of Dol Ring West in the west of Dueland. Please make your way there and drive these foul creatures from the ruins. Don't mind if I do. So you're not going to try to keep your brother here. You're going to sort of let him go and see him off. I'm surprised of that. I'm surprised you don't want him to stick around if this is a matter of duty.
Sweet-eyed Melon, how may I be of service?
Now let's see about this. Nothing has changed. Okay, well. Very well then. Here we go. By the way, the burning rings are the main story quests. That's why they're, every now and then they look different like this.
What do you need?
Your news is troubling, Geralad. For dwarves to work peacefully with goblins is unusual enough, but to conspire in the abduction of an elf prince seems foolhardy, even for them. I will not call our warriors to arms just yet. Carnivore is full of anger, which is to be expected. But as master of Dueland, it is my duty to exercise restraint. If the dwarves have indeed taken Aberthal, we will fall upon them with such fury that the mountains shall shake at our passing. But this could also be a trick of the goblins. They would have much to gain by a war between elves and dwarves.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
I have dispatched an emissary to the dwarf city of Gondomar to relax the growing tensions between elves and dwarves. But I fear rumor of Aberthal's captivity may prove too great a strain for her to ease. Journey north and west along the road to Gondomar and tell Galvin what has transpired here. Together, you and she must learn the truth of Aberthal's whereabouts and rescue him, if indeed he is a prisoner of the dwarves. I do not wish for war until we are certain of his fate. If Aberthal has been harmed, or we are unable to free him, I will call our warriors to arms, but not before. Huh. So he's completely willing to go to war over this rumor. I really feel like everyone is jumping to a lot of conclusions about Aberthal. I really do. The idea that he must be dead, and then the idea that he must have been kidnapped by dwarves. To the point that we're willing to go to war, it just seems a little foolhardy. We're going... Okay, we got 2 quests in there. Come, beast. I guess that's it up there. Nice. Kick a man when he's down, beast. I feel like I want to move that skill to here. use lightning strike 300 times. I can pull that off. Seriously? Jeez. Really? Alright. It'll be steam. Now, is this an AoE attack? This is... I guess this is a single target attack. It seems like it should be an AoE, but I don't think I have any AoE actually at the moment. Shoot. I'll tell you, and I don't want to keep bringing up playing another type of character, but not being able to stealth makes the game a very different experience. What do we got? Use signs of power or battle. Okay. Oh. Hello? Ooh. Goblin Slayer has been completed. That's the advanced version. I'm not going to use that title. By the way, I have virtues now. So, Charity, 173 resistance, 51 physical mitigation, and 34 non-combat power regen. Yes. Very good. Physical mitigation and non-combat power regen are great. Resistance rating is also great. This is probably one that I'm going to keep. I may end up keeping this one throughout the whole game. I don't know. Alright, found the broken sword. Now, where is my home? Celondim. Ugh. If I'm not mistaken, we're in prologue here because I think the actual epic story, meaning where we get to book 1, it'll say book 1, chapter 1 of the epic story. I believe that starts at the point where all the different races converge on a single storyline. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's how it works. So I'll be on prologue, I guess, until I get out of Eriluin and move into the next area. I was curious. Strange site for a campsite. Not sort of from a pragmatic standpoint, but just from the developers deciding to put a usable campsite there. Let's go ahead and do this. Replace that. Now I can work back here if I need to. Evil at Dole Request.
The sorrows of the Eldar are never ending.
The memory of that place will always be one of melancholy. Knowing that the goblins have been purged restores a small amount of hope to me, Garelad. You have wrought a timely resolution with regard to Dole West, and I thank you for this. Might and Vitality. Might is useless to me. It's DPS based. DPS and tanks use might. Vitality is basically a universally useful stat. It boosts, I believe, hit points and defense, something like that. Vitality increases maximum morale, resistance rating, and non-combat morale regen. Morale, of course, is our health. Might increases block and parry, so come on. Again, this is useless for us. What we really are looking for is Will. Will is our main stat. Increases physical mastery, tactical mastery, which is basically spells. Tactical mitigation and resistance. And I think fate is less important than it used to be, I guess. I don't remember. It's been a minute since I played a tactical class.
My heart cannot sing today.
You are depressing as anything, buddy. This blade means much, broken and dulled as it may be. Alas, the passage of time does little to dull my memories of that battle. Perhaps I've underestimated the importance of brothers. Whoa.
Will you hear my sorrows?
I do not think the sight of this blade would move me so. This belonged to a friend of ours, a Dunedain named Thoran. He died helping us to defend Dole West many long years ago. We buried him and built a cairn where he fell in honor of his sacrifice. Perhaps Thorin is right. There are many harsh memories here. In the West, we would be free of such pain. His sword deserves a better home, away from the goblins that loot the dead. Bring it to Langas at Thrassy's Lodge, north of here, along the road, and west of Keledur. He is a ranger of the north. Ooh, Langlis, yes. He is a ranger of the north, and will keep well the history of this kinsman. I will send word to my brother. Okay, so are we to assume that you have decided
The shadow is on my spirit.
that you are going to go to the Undying Lands with your brother? I mean, that's kind of what I'm getting here, and I support that idea. I think you should go. There's no particular reason why you should stay behind. I'm here for that. I will stay behind, but you should go. I mean, look at what you're wearing. What are you gonna do? Come on.
Megovanen, may I help you?
I don't think I'm ever going to use this. I know I do get dual wielding, but I think it's going to be a little while. Maybe I should double check. When do I get dual wielding, if at all? Oh. Ints go to war. That is an amazing skill name. Let's see. Are there class trainers here? Okay. Looks like there are trainers here? No. No, that's not what I want. Gondamon looks like the place I want to go. Oh, maybe. Ooh. You know what? It's fine. Let's go. Going north. We're going north. Want to make sure I'm not missing any quests. I don't think that I am, but you never know. All right. I'm assuming this is the right way. I'm really not 100% sure, but following the road has not led me astray yet. Bears. Hey, I've got a bear. You guys are my friends now, right? Alright, so this... Oh, this is cool. This is a ranger lodge. I love that this is here.
I am at your service.
What can I do for you?
Greetings, good elf. Bragar sent this, didn't he? Did he? I have heard the story of Thorin and will honor his memory. The recovery of Thorin's sword must have arisen from Thorin and Bragar's debate. It has long been a concern of mine that they might leave Middle-earth during these dangerous times. Give this to Bregar with my thanks. It may prove useful in convincing his brother to remain. Seriously? So this debate is not over? Going all the way to Duliand, okay. Well, that is going to be a adventure for another day. I'm going to call it here. I will probably be back on tomorrow or perhaps in 2 days. But not long from now. And that's it. We're gonna call it. Thanks everybody.